Okay, good morning and welcome to everyone. This is Francesco Orsini from the University of Bologna, and I will introduce to you the new edition of this International Student Challenge, Urban Farm 2022. So, within this short presentation, I will explain what is the International Student Challenge Urban Farm and how it can support your student career in applying the knowledge you have elaborated in the different backgrounds that each students have, and see what are also the opportunities for those of you that will take part in this competition. This first rendezvous will start also a series of workshops that will take place on a weekly basis that will guide also you through the different steps that you are going to follow for along the duration of the challenge. We will record this presentation in order to allow people from different time zones also to watch it when they can connect. So the International Student Challenge Urban Farm was launched 3 years ago. Now we are approaching the 4th year of the challenge, and in each edition we had more than 130 students from different world regions taking part in the challenge and being assessed also by a very large international committee member from that is composed by academics from different expertise and skills, and again from different world regions. The competition will bring you into the design of innovative urban horticulture project, urban farming projects that needs to consider the different spheres of sustainability, namely the social, environmental, and the economic one. For this reason, the successful teams are normally composed by a diversified set of expertise of students that work in an international and multicultural environment and integrate their competencies toward the realization of the optimal project. The projects are normally targeting abandoned or vacant location in cities, and they want to foster urban regeneration, social inclusion, but also with an eye on the environmental aspects of food production, of food systems, and their economic sustainability. As you see from these charts, normally students comes from the most diverse field of study. We have students from agriculture, architecture, engineering, economics, social science, landscape architecture, but also political science, natural science, environments, chemistry, food engineering, and urban planning, and the collaboration between students that have different backgrounds is a key to success, because you will also be assessed by interdisciplinary experts that compose both the scientific committee and the international jury. When in the first year of the challenge, the 3 cities that were targeted were all in Italy. The former Zanussi factory in Conegliano, a the Fantoni farm in Bologna, and a primary school in Orzes nearby Belluno. And here you see the location, how they looked before the intervention and how they were redesigned by the student teams. And then in 2020, the redesign took over the cities of Galliera, nearby Bologna, Lanuvio in Rome, but also a city in the extreme north of Europe and the Svalbard Islands of Norway in the island of Longyearbyen. And then last year, 2021, here are the target locations that were involved. The silo space in Bologna that is currently being integrated also with innovations that came out from the challenges. The Trisi Park in Naples and the Cité Maraîchère in Romainville. As you see here, the design integrates aspects of social inclusion, but also landscape design, and of course, food production is the key driver. So for this year, we have elaborated a short presentation video that I will now launch. Elisa, just in case the audio, please tell me.
Choose life. Choose a city full of green livable spaces. Choose to wake up to the sound of birds rather than the popping and spluttering of the traffic jam. Choose to have a hot shower recovering the heat from your house and the water from rain harvesting. Choose a fresh peach for breakfast, bought from your local food market. Kilometer zero, in season, no pesticides, no plastic packaging. Choose wearing your most comfortable shoes. Take your bike and head to the local food market to buy some food for lunch with your friends on a lazy Sunday. Choose fresh pasta made by locals, with flour from biological grains and eggs from free-range chickens. Choose tomatoes and basil from a rooftop garden, produced by elderly people and immigrants working together. Choose beers from your favorite local microbrewery, owned by some friends you went to school with a few years ago. Choose to ride your bike to the other side of the city, and as you streak across the street, you spot a huge, sad, grey, abandoned barrack, an eyesore, and you wonder what you would do if you had the power to transform that empty space into something beautiful and new. Then choose to actually do something about it. Choose an international student challenge, find other students like yourself, team up with them and make it real. Choose to redesign the empty space into a vibrant place dedicated to urban agriculture, where social, environmental and economic sustainability meet to produce quality food for the locals. Choose making a difference. Choose a sustainable future. Choose Urban Farm.
Okay, so you also get to know today what are the two locations that we have involved in this new edition of Urban Farm International Student Challenge. One is in Bologna, is the at Le Serre, the Giardini Margherita. It is a metropolitan hub devoted to innovation and promotion of entrepreneurial culture, where also an aquaponic project is already in place, and further innovation will take place in the upcoming year. The target of your design will be the regeneration of 2 greenhouses, each one of about 300 square meters, and 1,500 square meters of outdoor space. What is requested by the City Council is to think about circular, innovative, and sustainable cultivation systems, but also areas for education, dissemination, and artistic events. As an alternative, you are not requested to design both locations. Of course, you can also decide to participate in the competition of the 2 locations, but you are only requested to take part in one. So the other location is the district of Solberg in Stockholm. It is a green area that serves already as a meeting point for local residents. The city request is to make the area more welcoming and that can be used all year round while preserving the beauty of its natural elements. And the community is also looking for spaces for gardening and cultural exchanges. And if you look at the informative video that is included in the webpage that I'm linking below here, you will see all the ideas that are in the mind of the city council and that should guide you to toward the redesign of this space. So starting from today, the team's registration is open. It will close on November 7th, 2021. So it is important that you start building your team. If you don't have a team, we can also support you in finding one. You can look for teammates in the Facebook group, find your team, or you can also write to urbanfarm@unibo.it telling us what is your background, and we can support you in looking for teammates. So before I leave the floor to students that took part in former edition of Urban Farm, I think someone is in the waiting room. Okay, and so before we move on to leave the word to the students, I want to remind you the deadlines for taking part in the competition. So today the registration has opened, and the first round will close on 7 November 2021, where you are expected to register in the Urban Farm website and provide us with a short concept of the project. It's about 2,000 words and a 2-minute video that presents your team. Please note that already next week we have another student rendezvous where renowned movie makers and academics of the School of Cinema in Bologna will explain you how to best elaborate your 2-minute videos. And then we have a second round that ends on the 5th of January 2022, where you are expected to provide us with the whole project, a 2-minute video with the project presentation, the proof of concept, and the team photo. And then there will be the final event that's going to take place at the International Fair Novel Farm from 16 and 17 of February, where each team will receive a booth where you can present your project and in the designers market, and you will also be involved in a final international conference where you will present your project to the international jury. In each location, we foresee a prize for the winning team that is provided by the City Council and accounts for 4,000 euros. And we have also organized a series of rendezvous like this one that will take place in the coming weeks. These rendezvous are going to facilitate the meeting between students. We will also have some interactive parts where you will be able also to make bonds and meet other students willing to participate, and will allow also you to explore different disciplines and understand the interdisciplinary aspects associated with the successful project design. So starting from next week, we will have a workshop on how to realize an effective 2-minute video, and then on 27 of October we will have a workshop where representatives of successful urban agriculture projects from different world cities will bring their own experience. And then on the 3rd of November and the 8th of November we will have virtual tours of the target location of this edition of Urban Farm. And then starting from the 15th of November, we will have a number of tailored workshops on sustainability in urban agriculture, digital tools for valorizing urban agriculture projects, economic evaluation and business models, architecture and civil engineering aspects, and concluding on the 13th of December with the social dimension of urban agriculture. If you look on the Urban Farm website or on the Facebook page, you will get also more information. About the grand finale at Novel Farm, we are going to be hosted by an international fair for innovation in agriculture. The fair will take place in Pordenone on 16 and 17 of February 2022. Each team will have their own booth where they can present to the public their projects, and they will be collecting votes from the public that will contribute to the final score that will count for reaching the award. Which opportunities are there beside the monetary prize that will go to the first to the best projects? Actually, it might be that some of the innovation that you foresee will be implemented. So and that you might also be involved in implementing them in the target cities. It is possible, and already several of the participants of former edition had the chance to write a scientific article presenting their project and to intervene in presenting them at international conferences. We will hear from their voices how this was actually how this actually came through. And then the winning teams are also receiving the Young Mind Award from the International Society for Horticultural Science, that is the largest scientific society on horticulture, and the certificate will also come with a complimentary 1-year ISHS membership. Here are websites and contacts. We will share them with you also later in all this presentation in the Urban Farm website. And now I will just briefly show you the website of the competitions. So Urban Farm 2022. Well, the Urban Farm website contains also material from the past edition, so you will be able also to look at what the project, how the project looked like, the project coming from former editions. And here you will get also all the information about the current edition. If you go on Urban Farm 2022, you will see the cities and location, the student rendezvous calendar, and the guidebook with the specificities of what you need to provide. And the student rendezvous webpage has all the calendar and the link to the MS Teams link to take part in the rendezvous. And then we have a Facebook page on the challenge, and another one, a page that is called Find Your Team, where you can meet and exchange with students that are also interested in taking part in this competition. So first of all, thanks a lot for your attention. I think we can now start. If there are some quick questions, or we can also start with students presenting their experience, and then we leave the question to the end. Please let me know if anyone has a question now, or we can start with the second part of this rendezvous. Okay, then. So, well, I would like to invite representatives from the team OP to start with the story of their experience at Urban Farm. I see Brando is here. And also Emanuele.
Hello.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I didn't prepare a speech, but I can tell you how it was for us, and well, it was really an experience because we were dealing. Our group was actually huge. We were 9, and we were architecture engineers. We were missing actually a social expert, but we managed to work in this direction together without a real experience, and just with the experience we had in life. And let's say, was a way to leave our comfort zone, first of all, because we, like everyday life, you don't manage to deal with problems which are so interdisciplinary. So working in this direction was quite hard, was challenging, but was also very interesting. And what can I say? For my experience, my point of view was beautiful. We really enjoyed during every phase of the competition. Was challenging, but was also really funny. And also, the voice in the video of the guy that was choosing life and was choosing a lot of things. Yeah, he was not choosing so much during the competition, but we really enjoyed together. So yeah, was a great experience, and I suggest everyone to join the competition, also for the opportunity that we will lead you, and for you, just for your personal background experience, because it helps you a lot. That's it. That's okay.
Yeah.
A question, I don't know.
Or Emanuele maybe wants to add something. So I didn't introduce you well. So Brando is a student of the Master Degree in Agricultural Science and Technology at the University of Bologna. Emanuele, at the time of the competition, was studying here in Bologna environmental engineering. And
Yes.
yeah, Emanuele, if you want to say something about.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Basically, yeah, I really enjoyed the competition as well, and I want to say that the very important thing I think for the competition is to find the right team, and it's an added value to have an interdisciplinary team. And also a diverse team in the sense of like taking also people from different nationality, because it's something that enriches your experience. It can be also challenging, but that's the beauty of the thing. And we were quite a huge team because at the time we were working on a project that was pretty huge, was in Galliera, Bologna, and we needed so a lot of people to work on the different tasks. We tried to cover all the 3 pillars, the famous 3 pillars of sustainability, so social, economic, and environmental. And we try to put as many things as possible in order to cover also the SDGs of the UN, so to cover all the aspects of sustainability, but not just putting everything that together. We started something that I can say that we did that it was good. That is that we started from the need of the place and of the people. We started from the place that we were working on, and we asked ourselves, okay, what does this place need? What do people in the area need? And in fact, we also, for example, we thought about starting with a dormitory as well, like including a dormitory for students inside the project, because there is a problem, for example, in Bologna, for student place, it's difficult to find a student place to learn dorms. And I think this is a good exercise because, of course, when we study, when we are studying when university, we're doing our degrees, like we deal with a lot of theory, and this kind of challenges actually challenge you to look also on the practical side. And so that was a good start. Of course, one thing that I said also last time, the last rendezvous, is that something that we struggled a bit, and that I can suggest you to do, is to cover as many aspects as possible, but with the same degree of how can I say, like you don't, sometimes we went too deep into certain areas and we covered other areas in a more shallow way, and you should try to cover evenly everything, and that's a suggestion that I would give to the new participants. But overall was great experience. In fact, it really inspired me to study sustainability forward in the field of agriculture. I'm an environmental engineer, so the thing is, I wasn't actually thinking of enhancing my knowledge in the agricultural sector. Actually, I didn't know anything about it, but now I'm working in this field, so it can also challenge you and change your view of what you want to do with your life, with your professional life and career. So it is really an opportunity for everyone. And then, of course, we are also with the team where we always keep in touch. We also won other competitions, and we went to present our work in Lisbon for the World Renewable Energy Congress, which was a really important thing for us, and we went there together. And we're still thinking of doing something together. We are working on things. We are always in contact. So it's really a great opportunity for you to see things in a different way, to challenge yourself, and to meet new people you can work with in the future. That's all for me. If you want to ask me any question.
Thanks a lot, Emanuele and Brando. Well, my suggestion is that also we move over with the other team's presentation, and then we leave the floor open for questions. So, the next one, Aurora, I think, from Soul Farmer. And yes, I don't know if anyone else is here. Hi, Aurora.
Hi. Hello to everybody. Yeah, I'm Aurora, and yeah, I was part of the winning team last year for the project of Bologna. And yeah, I think a lot of things have been already said from the two previous participants. So how important is this team, this challenge to really use and put into practice the knowledge that you learn at university, and that especially with the Italian style is usually stays very theoretical, and you don't really have the possibility to try to apply it or to deal with real projects. And this is really a challenge, but is super interesting because you really start to see how you can use it in a more professional, how can you can use your expertise in a more professional environment. And yeah, like my experience was probably a bit different from the two guys before, because our experience was completely online since it was during Corona time. So I've never met my group mates. Still nowadays I haven't, but we are still in contact, and it was really nice actually during Corona to have that escape from the lockdown once a week or whenever we had meetings, and just to be with my group mates working on the project, sharing ideas on the project, but also just you meet people, you meet friends, and how they said before, is important also to have, at least it was very nice to have different nationalities in our team, because it's also a cultural exchange, and that's very valuable thing that this challenge can give you.
Can you tell us something about the team composition? How many were you? And
we were 10. We were 10, and we had many different expertise. I was the only agronomist, but then we had biologists, engineers, architects, social scientists, and economists. So we had a really wide team, but with different expertise, and all of them were really useful actually for the challenge. So I think the composition, even if it was a big team, I think everyone was important for the challenge, and everyone gave a huge contribution to the project. So yeah, and half of us are Italian and half are from Egypt, so from El Cairo University. And yeah, it was really nice. In a time in which you couldn't travel, we kind of explore each other's cultures and each other's places only online by having meetings and sharing. Oh, here we have I don't know, they were sharing something about Egyptian culture, and we were sharing something about Italian. So it was really nice also, that exchange. And still nowadays, after the challenge, also we had some online meetings still, in which we just were chatting about our future. Everyone now is moving around in our team, and it was very interesting to see, oh, maybe we can meet there, and there. Still nothing happened, but it's very interesting. Yeah, it was a really nice experience.
And you are actually going to present your work in an international conference in December.
Yeah. We are now working on a paper that's about the project, and yeah, in December there will be this conference organized by the International Horticultural Society, right? In which we will present our project. So yeah, let's hope also for further development of that.
Thank you, Aurora. Thank you. So yeah, I think we'll move to the last presentation. It's going to be Chiara from the team Agrivolution.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi. Yeah, hello.
Hello, Francesco. Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me well, because I'm connected with my phone.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, so anyway, at the time of the competition, I was a PhD student at the Department of Agricultural Science of the University of Naples, and now I am a postdoc in the same department, but I am a biologist, so it was also kind of new for me, this experience. And my team, we were 7. We were from different backgrounds. We had an environmental engineer and 2 architecture, another guy who worked in agricultural science, and a girl with a social background. I only knew 2 out of 7 people before we started the project, and we were from 3 different time zones. We were 4 Italians. We had a girl from the USA and a girl from El Cairo. So our project, also because of COVID-19, but also because we were all very from different places, it was all held online. And we had this weekly meeting. So if I can give you a tip, guys, try to schedule a meeting every week at the same time. So, for example, we saw each other on Microsoft Teams every Monday at 6 p.m. So we knew that Monday at 6 p.m. was dedicated to Urban Farm because every one of us, we had hectic work or studying because we were 3 PhD students and a lot of master students. So we tried to schedule the same weekly meeting because it was very important and it worked very well for us to have a precise schedule every week. And the best thing I think was working in this very different environment with very different people. So it was great to form this group and to work together on different issues. Another tip I can try to give you is try to follow a line. For example, our project, the first meetings, they were all brainstorming. And then we try to follow a line and divide and split in smallest groups to work together. We did everything using technology like on Google Drive, so we can continually see each other's comments and each other updates on the project. And so this is, I think, the best way to do it if you cannot see each other in person. And now we are still in contact, and we are presenting the same conference Aurora was talking about before in December, and also writing a paper about it. But also it was great because it creates a huge connection between us. So we are now also trying to presenting other ideas and working together. And actually, we create connection also among our tutor, our professor at the university. So we are trying to apply for other projects together. And I think this is the best thing that Urban Farm gave us, this opportunity.
Thanks, Chiara. So yeah, I would leave now the floor open for questions that can be on the experiences of the participants of the former editions, but also on technical aspects of the challenge that you might want to have clarified. So is there any questions from the audience? Meet, please.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mit Koevoets. I'm studying fruit cultivation and technology in Geldermalsen in the Netherlands. I worked as a software engineer for 7.5 years before I started the studies. And yeah, I came to the meeting wanting to learn more about the challenge and maybe if something that I'm doing would fit into the actual challenge. I'm working on an open source plant nutrient calculator with somebody that I know from Wageningen University. As far as I can tell, this is a little bit more aimed at actually architecturally creating something within what is set inside the challenges, right? Like something like this, what we're working on, maybe it's not completely fitting into the program or the challenge.
Well, we do have, if we look at the experiences of the past and maybe also on some of the projects that were elaborated by the team members that are here today, there were also aspects of digitalization of the process, and also so in some projects, some apps were developed to allow a wider uptake and dissemination among the civil society. So if this can support also the way the project outcomes are spread, this is certainly a good head up. So
maybe it's an idea that I will send the email where I explain a little bit more what we're doing, and then we can talk about whether it fits.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Meet. Any other question? Monica, your mic is on? No? Okay, then. So, yep, seems it's all clear. So, well, thanks a lot for taking part in this first rendezvous. As I anticipated, there will be a series of events, of additional workshops taking place on a weekly basis in the coming weeks. Make sure that you start from now looking for teammates, build your own teams, and register in the challenge by the first deadline. If you have any question, as it was anticipated in the slides, you can contact us at UrbanFarm@unibo.it, and I wish for all of you a good experience with the International Student Challenge Urban Farm. Thanks a lot for being with us today.